So I need to start this video off strong by actually eating a breakfast. I was gonna say healthy. I'd say it's on the healthier end. We're moving towards that on this channel, or at least in my life. And I also got to rock the Fit, the iconic Hello Kitty 4th of July shirt. Honestly, don't know if I've ever worn this in a video. I think I have. It's probably in the Utah one. Anyway, this shirt's fire. Any disrespect towards the Hello Kitty shirt, insta ban. But first, better try these out here. Make sure they taste good because of course they do. I made them. Oh yeah, they're good. Well, I need to eat this and get this vlog started. All right, so the main thing I wanted to talk about with this video, as this is something I wanted to touch on for a while, but there's a certain situation that happened recently that I think reflects this. It has to do with a content creator who's actually in the fitness space known as Malibu Max Fitness. I have a picture of him. He's recently popped off in like the past, I'd say month or two, very, very fast growth. And basically what happened is this guy, people would comment on his face a lot and all that. Some YouTuber, I don't know his name. It's like Goober or whatever, literally Goober or something along those lines. It's like Goob something. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Basically led this investigation, quote unquote. Basically turns out Malibu's claim of his face being the way it is by being hit by an IED when he's in the military was fake, which has led to a lot of controversy, a lot of people being upset, a lot of people calling him out, and people have been bullying him online for the way he looks, and he used this to prevent it or to respond to it without actually making videos on it. And one thing is he apologized, but people are still mad. And this is what I want to talk about. But since we're on the topic of gym culture and gym influencers, this gym influencer needs to go get some gains, which it's leg day. So let's head inside the beautiful, I don't know if I should call it that, Carbon Performance and get some gains, bro. Gains, bro, workout complete, leg day complete, which, I'm flexing my arms because it's legs. Anyway, physique check. I think I'm looking pretty good in here. I like the lighting in here. They kind of changed this room up a bit. Back. I guess I should show off my legs. My leg poses are the one I need to work on the most. It's step, stomp, forward. I don't know, I'll get it one day. Anyway, I need to eat something. I'm hungry, and my plan is to go to a spot that has been taken over. Or I shouldn't say taken over, but has all the hype from everyone here. Because it's an out-of-state phenomenon from this place called California. And I'm expecting this place to, not give you my thoughts until I go there. So the place I was going to go to was In-N-Out. The In-N-Out's been a big thing here. They opened up one, I think it was a month or two ago, in Murfreesboro, which that one had a long line. And I was I've never been to In-N-Out, so I might as well try it because they opened up one here close to where I live. It was the drive-through was super long. It was an hour, half-hour long wait to dine in. I was you know what? I ain't waiting for a burger because there's no way it's that good. So I went to Chick-fil-A. And that was honestly a much better experience. Didn't even take me 5 minutes to get my food, and it tasted great, as always. So I think I'm happy with my decision. So with the whole Malibu situation, I personally think his heart's in the right place. And I think with just everything I've seen him post and his content in general and his apology, he made a mistake and he talked about it. And I think that's something that speaks volumes, especially for a lot of people. Does that excuse him lying about this? Because supposedly he's lied about it longer than he has been posting. No, But most people of his size of popularity, or just in general on the internet, would not apologize for it or even mention it. They would just probably try to sweep it under the rug. And I'll just say it like this, like, you know, people can exaggerate things or lie about things all the time. And, you know, sometimes people in the military do, not saying all. And, you know, I respect people in the military, but supposedly the real story was he fell on his face when he was drunk, and he probably didn't want to say that like that. Like, I feel like that's understandable. Like he probably didn't want to like tell people that, and he made a lie, and doesn't excuse it at all. No, but it's like, I feel like you can kind of understand why he did it. Also, one thing too is he blew up very fast online. I'm just looking at my notes here. I think that's one thing that doesn't help, because it's like, you know, you go from just like being a nobody to having a million people watching you. That's a lot of pressure, like a lot. And one thing I think with this is owning up to your mistakes. Like, yes, even if you make a big mistake, owning up to it and apologizing to it or for it is almost a bigger deal, because it shows your character. One of my big takeaways from this whole situation, the real reason I wanted to talk about it, was because just looking at my notes, which I need to memorize, he apologized, but people are still coming after him. The guy who started all this even made a follow-up video afterwards, like, oh, I don't forgive him, blah. And then, like, I don't know. It's just like, the more eyes you have on you, the more hate you receive, especially as you get bigger in terms of popularity, or just the more attention you have. And also, like I said earlier, this guy got a bunch of attention really quick, and it causes a lot of people to like look into him like a lot more quickly. Just kind of relating this to me, I hope I don't get a quick following. I don't want to blow up per se in terms of like an overnight success, or like go from like 0 to like 1,000, 1 million, whatever, just because, or like I don't want to go to like 0 to 1 million within a month. I would rather build a slow brand, a slow community that is actually, you know, here to stay. And even though I'm not saying this guy's empire is going to fall apart, but let's just say empires that rise quick probably don't last too long. Even though I think he'll be fine. I'd rather play the long game. I've been putting in the work for a long time, and, you know, if no one watches, that's okay, because I'd rather have the gratification of knowing I did this for the long term instead of the instant success. And then just also with the situation, it's like, it kind of shows that, you know, people are just going to hate no matter what. Even if you like apologize or say or do everything right, you're human. Like, yeah, even if like, let's say this wasn't a lie, I bet people would still come after him for other reasons. And yeah, it's not cool to bully people for the way they look. It just also kind of shows that some people just have nothing better to do than try to tear others down. I also think this shows that, you know, apologizing and owning up to your mistakes is a big thing, and second chances are also a big thing. I think people deserve second chances, and I think this guy does too. And depending on what happens, like, we'll see. I just want to leave it at that with my thoughts for this. And I also think that, you know, there's bigger things in the world to worry about, especially the day this is recorded, Saturday, February 28th. Yeah, there's always going to be something bigger in the news or just on social media, and people will forget, because that's how it always goes. And I think that this whole situation with Malibu will be the same. So yeah, that's just what I want to talk about with this video. I think the main takeaways are, obviously, don't lie. Like, lying's just going to get you in a bad spot, especially as the further and the deeper the rabbit hole goes. There's going to be people who hate you, second off, and that want to see you on the downfall, and who are just going to double down on trying to knock you down. Sadly, I feel like people have to deal with, especially those who do social media, such as myself or just others, is that you're gonna have haters, and you can't really stop that, because, you know, letting them get to you isn't going to help you. And then I'd say third off is second chances. If people apologize and are really sincere, we can forgive people, but doesn't mean we can forget. And I feel like this whole situation with Malibu is something that, you know, maybe shouldn't be forgotten, but I think in terms of the grand scheme of things of people who have done stuff on the internet, and also just, I'd say, people in positions of power, I think this is pretty low on the totem pole of bad things. So that's just my opinion. If you guys have your thoughts on this, comment it comment down below your thoughts on the situation. If you keep up with this stuff, I'd like to hear what you guys have to think. Yeah, I'd just love to hear it. And with that, I'm gonna wrap this video here. It's just something I want to talk about throughout today, as this is a recent thing, and I'm not someone who really likes to talk about like news, or not really trying to be a commentary channel on this channel, but I was like, it's something different and something that I figured I should speak on, as this is Malibu, someone I've watched some stuff over like the past month. And yeah, with that, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, comment your thoughts down below on the whole situation, or just something you want to see from my channel. More normal vlogs, not going to be talking about like influencer debacles next week, hopefully. And yeah, I got some things on the way that are going to really step up the game, and there's going to be some big things coming to the channel. So yeah, there's that. Make sure to follow both the Instagram and TikTok. They're linked in the description. As always, subscribe to my second channel, Joseph Whedon. It's always in the description too. And yeah, with that, I think that's about everything I need to say. So yeah, watch whatever's right here. It's a banger. Subscribe. There's a little thing right here for it. And I will see you all in the next video. Adios. Peace out. If I don't see you in the next one, I'm gonna be mad. And bye.